When I was young, I used to think that the wisdom I get from the books I read is priceless. Books. The word seemed vague from the way I look at it. What makes it valuable? The pages? I believe I've read hundreds, thousands, millions of pages, but I guess it's still not enough. Words? It's what makes every book bring tears to my eyes. It's the only thing that gives me the feeling. The certain feeling that I always felt when I was with her. The girl who held my heart for so long. The reason for the being I am today.
This is your first step. Light is caught in your eyes. Heartbeat to the rhythm of the city streets. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
I can read her like a book perfectly. The first time I laid my eyes on her, all I could see was happiness. Who could forget her lovely smile? The way her long brown hair falls perfectly. She's so beautiful. She said, her eyes says it all. I wish I had the strength to hug her and somehow take away the pain she felt and tell her that everything's gonna be okay. She's there again in her usual spot. I hate the feeling of not being able to somehow lessen the burden placed upon her heart. I felt a certain vibe that someone is staring at me. And then I saw her. Our eyes locked and I felt as if the world stopped before me. I suddenly had the courage to introduce myself. I stood up. As I was leaving, I felt someone bump into me.
Everything happened so fast. It was quick as the blink of an eye. Those two letters, one word, became the spark of our I love yous. It was almost perfect until that one night. That one night which changed everything. smiling that time, thinking how lucky I am to have this beautiful girl beside me. She continued telling her story as I remained silent, reminiscing it all. Until she handed me a book, making me promise to never read it until April 1, 2011. I didn't realize until now that it was her indirectly saying goodbye. I never thought that day will last forever. I've been going back and forth to the same bench. I've adored her beauty. Part of me longs for her, wishing that one day I would find her sitting there and reading her favorite book. But days, weeks, months have passed, and I still haven't heard from her. I wasn't the type of person who would easily give up, but I guess it was already really goodbye. I don't want to count the days anymore until we see each other again. The notebook was familiar. This was the same notebook she had given me before she left. My mind flashed back and remembered that promise, and again, it is a perfect coincidence. April 1, 2012, today.
I remember everything perfectly on that day. It was a long, windy day, the perfect time to read and just go with the flow. As the wind kissed my face, I tried to blur out the shadows of a guy sitting on the bench next to me. I tried to ignore it because maybe it was just a coincidence. On cue, there were my friends. I cannot hold in the smile at the sight of them. They asked me if I wanted to grab something to eat, so we went to our favorite coffee shop. As I started walking away, I looked back, knitting with the same pools of brown, until my peers distracted me. This is where I could think and not just care. Contentment. I'm starting to accept the fact that all good things and life is always unfair. I hate seeing it crash before my eyes, yet I cannot do anything about it. But I'm also glad it happened, because I didn't experience it myself. I could avoid getting hurt, because I now know better. My feet always take me to the same bench. I like the feeling whenever I am here, because I could just appreciate the silence. I saw him again, and I believe it's also his favorite usual spot. I found myself looking at him, especially those eyes. Those eyes I could not describe with just plain words. He caught me looking, and I do not want to make this more awkward, so I decided to just leave. And when I was on my way to escape, I felt someone bump into me. It was a perfect coincidence.
I never thought I would change my mind. Until I've read everything on her journal, how she really felt all along. These pages, have filled with our memories, were enough to show how happy we were together. This was a chapter of our lives which we'll never forget. This diary was a sign that I will carry on, a sign that even if we're miles apart, we will never forget, and we'll always have the connection somehow.
Hi.